Okay, we are live, baby. How is things going, people? My name is Renegade Operative, and today we will be talking about that Resident Evil 2 Remake life. But before we start, I want to give a quick shout out to the source that I'm citing right now, which is CVX Freak on Twitter. This guy gives us a lot of information, and I want to give credit where it's due. I didn't just want to make a quick video and not give people their sources, their credit, etc. So big shout out to this guy for the information he got early from Tokyo Game Show. That being said, let's get the superficial stuff out of the way. First thing is first, there is definitely going to be two versions of Resident Evil 2 Remake in Japan. I believe the Zero D version is still going to be kind of censored. You can see Elliot's kneecaps have been clearly chewed off, but in the US version, you see his whole torso just gone, man. His whole torso is history, obliterated, destroyed. It's not the case in the Japanese versions. Again, there is Japanese law, so you probably won't get a lot of extremely gory scenes compared to the original US cuts. It sucks. It happened with previous RE games in the past, like RE4. It's nothing new, but I figured it was something to talk about. Next thing is we have Tokyo Marie. They have been known for making a lot of gun products for Capcom for the past few years now. I believe they made a few replica models of some guns in RE6, and I also believe they did some Stars pistols as well. So this is no different, another collaboration here. They're showing off the Lightning Hawk. Obviously, they don't want to pay royalties for the real name. The Desert Eagle is going to be definitely in the game, and we see the upgraded version, which is a beast. It looks nice. Look at that black finish. Incredible, right? So we're gonna move on to what you came here for, which is the story trailer breakdown. So let's click on that and let's begin. So first up is Claire, and she's in the area where you fought Birkin in the Gamescom trailer. I believe that's an expanded section where you do the Night Plug, the Rook Plug, etc.
She works at Umbrella.
So where's your dad?
He,
So we got a bit of Birkin here. Form 1.
he's gone.
And you see Annette clearly here. I don't think her model looks all that great. Obviously, I'm not gonna friggin' go out and cancel my pre-order because a video game character doesn't look favorable, but you'll see more of this later.
So nobody knows what caused this?
So this confirms that Claire will cross over, certainly, with Marvin, the police lieutenant or whatever, because a lot of people figured that the zapping system and the Claire A and Claire B scenarios being gone meant that the story was not going to have interesting crossovers and parallels and things like that. So despite Claire getting to the police station late, she still meets Marvin. They still have interactions. You'll see more of this later as the trailer progresses.
There's a lot of theories, but all I know for sure is that this place is crawling with zombies.
Leon.
Get down!
Okay, so this shot is interesting. I think that's the beginning of her scenario. Leon claps this guy, and
Come on!
you know, the signature truck blows up and everything goes to shit.
I'll be there!
I'm sure you beat me here.
That confirms, you know, separate campaigns, stuff going on. Claire gets there late. Well, even later, Kappa.
By the way, rumor has it goes straight to your underground lab.
Well, we have the first view of the Cerberus dog And it looks just as disgusting as you would imagine in the RE engine.
You gotta be kidding me.
Get the hell out of here before it's too late.
Alright, there she is, the redesigned Ada costume. A lot of people have been complaining about this, whining, saying, doesn't look like Ada. I hate the sunglasses. I wish she was a deeper shade of yellow. All that bullshit. I don't care, people. I said this before. Ada gets sliced up into ribbons by Birkin later on in the game. She'll lose the coat. Underneath will be the signature red dress. So stop complaining.
What's going on here?
So this is the first view of the prisons, and I don't remember if zombies were in the prisons in the original. I don't think so. So that's pretty much creepy and new. I think it was just dogs like in the kennels locked up, but I don't remember anyone else locked up but Ben.
Sorry.
So we see like some blood on Leon's shoulder that might signify more battle damage.
Information's classified.
Now let's rewind that line right there.
Sorry. That information's classified.
There's something that CVX Freak mentioned, and I think they're taking some liberties. CVX Freak mentioned on the special TGS stage that Ada Wong said a line that was similar to this. I'm here to find out more about the people who did this. Very rough quote, but she's no longer looking for just her boyfriend John. So I think the John scenario, the more humanized version of her looking for John and going after him and finding out he's dead, I think that's going to be taken out in the remake. Given that she said information is classified and she won't tell Leon everything, I think they are embodying her spy persona a little bit more, and it really sticks out like a sore thumb. That's one of the critiques that I have about this, is that it really is way too obvious compared to the original, where she's eluding Leon, she's hiding secrets, and it feels like she is more just, rubbing it in his face, being more of a spy. Hopefully there is humanizing elements to both of these characters when Ada gets injured. But you know what I'm saying, like, it just feels way too obvious that her spy persona is sticking out compared to the original Resident Evil 2. So let's continue.
Sorry. That information's classified.
So here we have the body cam footage of Birkin consuming, knickknacks like fucking Fruit Loops. Like, he's eating the chemicals like he did in the original, and dropping those obviously spreads to the rats, which infects people in Raccoon City, and that's how the outbreak begins. Birkin's, he's gonna eat that, and the soldiers get annihilated on cam, which is different. Kind of reminds me of the stuff they did in Remake 1 with the body cam stuff with Kenneth. There's a shot of Annette looking very distraught. Here is interesting because we see Hunk getting destroyed, and paying closer attention to his character model, he looks more akin to how he was in Resident Evil 4 and Umbrella Chronicles. See that? That's his design, and they maintain that so far in this story trailer. So quite interesting to know that. Let's move on. He gets knocked out. There's the rats consuming the virus.
What exactly are you looking for?
Ooh, I like Ada doing that. Get off me, bitch, move. That was nice.
What exactly?
That was a lateral move.
More info.
Okay, so really quickly, to be serious, this is Leon patrolling the streets with Ada. I find this interesting because they're putting in more extended segments of streets. And it's really interesting. Like, we never had that situation where Ada's on the streets with Leon. So I'm wondering, is that going to be like a new section entirely? It has to be. It has to be a new expanded section.
People responsible for this.
Now, this shot confirms that there's going to be a zombie child in the game. I thought that zombie children and the murder of children in general was taboo. I'm all for it because, once again, it's a zombie outbreak, so anyone is prone to being infected. But I'm surprised Capcom is willing to go the extra mile and include this. It's going to be very creepy. What I assume is that this zombie child is probably going to be a relatable aspect to Sherry Birkin. She might be traveling away from school, because in one trailer, Brian Irons, he takes Sherry away. So I'm wondering, like, where is that location going to be? Is it going to be in a school? And we have this segment where we have to run and hide from the zombie children. That would be pretty creepy. But we have another shot here of her, and it seems like she's important to some extent because they showed off the zombie child in the E3 trailer, I believe, one of them. The back of the head, a short figure in the darkness, and we see the child here. Let me see if I can slow that down, because that she's slowly turning, so it might create some emotional drama with whatever character she's interacting with before she turns. I'm just assuming and speculating that there might be this stuff in the game. Interesting.
For this mess.
So there's Birkin 1 encountering Leon in the same place that Claire fought him in. So this might happen later. Now, it's interesting to note that the mayor's daughter is laid in the background on the table like the original, but you see her skin is turning purple, so she's transforming. So Irons didn't put that bullet in her head just yet.
Identify yourself.
There's Annette Birkin, and obviously she's not looking too hot in the face. Like, I don't care about video game characters in the face, but she could look a bit better than this. I'm not vibing Annette in this game right now in terms of facial features, to be honest, but you know, it's whatever. Right here is interesting because she's burning someone's body, so I guess they need more of a visual to show that she's distraught. She's willing to do anything to protect her family, her husband, and Umbrella's secrets. And it shows with that burning body.
Stop! You'll never get the G virus! Sherry, come on!
So there's the man, Birkin 2. Let me see if I can pull up a comparison. So he transforms after being damaged. Obviously, that's how G works. That's a good shot right there. You see the hands, like, sort of, well, his normal hands are like going into his body, which is fucking disgusting. And he has the claw.
Daddy, no!
So he breaks the elevator shaft that possibly leads to the underground with, you know, Irons' dungeon, sex dungeon, whatever the fuck is creepy.
Wake up!
And there's the sewers.
After you.
G.
Wake up!
After you.
G. Thanks.
I like that. After you, gee, thanks. But the main thing you will notice is that Leon has the super shotgun on his back. Oh, that's not it. That's not what I wanted to point out. That wasn't it either. What is going on with me today? There's the super shotgun. It is firmly tucked on his back. And yeah, we're gonna blow away some zombies with that. Oh, I cannot wait. Game comes out January 25th, 2019. I already pre-ordered the game. So let's talk about the miscellaneous shots that I have here. Gotta start deleting my tabs, son. I don't know why I'm not doing that. That's weird. Okay, so this screenshot of Sherry Birkin that just came out, I found it interesting because there's a shot that correlates to this if my mouse would ever work. It's the epilogue in Resident Evil 3, I believe, that you can acquire if you beat the game a multitude of times. So they sort of replicated that shot right there. See? Interesting stuff. Let's see, anything else left over? Here's a shot of Marvin. Looks like he's turning. He's turning into the purple Kool-Aid man. So I think this is where he has a last stand and then he turns into a zombie and he will get killed by a player character. I can't guess who, but I would imagine maybe Claire, since Leon is a little bit ahead of her. Who knows? So anything else that sticks out? Okay. For this, and let me see if I can brighten this up a bit, because I always have my shit fucked up. But it seems like there was a bit of a graphical upgrade, because you can see more textures, dirt on the skin with Claire compared to the E3 trailer, which is on the right. So E3 trailer on the right and the Tokyo Game Show presentation that they had on the left. It looks pretty good. And then we're going to skim through this video, which is the presentation. There is voices, but you get a good shot of the redone office from Brian Irons. I'm gonna kind of lower the volume a little bit more. There's the flame rounds. There's a diorama on his desk. Gunpowder. I should just mute this entirely with the voices, like, holy crap. There's acid rounds as well. And there's the elevator going down, which makes me wonder, where is the dungeon? Maybe it's on another floor, who knows? But I'm gonna skim through this a little bit because I think it's just running around. I saw this presentation before. This is where Claire encounters Sherry. But she doesn't just say you need help. She actually just warns her, as well as an extra line of dialogue. Let me rephrase that. She says you need help. You know, the little condescending shot to Claire. But she also says Birkin's right behind her. Right here. And they say, you know, they're basing Sherry Birkin on Newt from Aliens, which is an interesting tidbit. But we can skip through this. This is where Birkin, he comes to fuck up your day, takes the pipe, and you fall down here and fight him. Similar stuff that we saw in Gamescom once again. But I want to see. So that right there, you see the bottom right where there's the flame rounds being dispersed, and there's also like the acid rounds, and you can switch them on the fly with R1. So you don't have to go to the sub menu. You can switch ammunition types with the grenade launcher on the fly, and I thought that was really interesting. So let's continue on. I think these Japanese guys, I think they get totally bodied. Let me see if I can find Birkin doing like a hit here, because the damage is insane. See, she's on like orange caution. about to die, fam. About to get bodied. Danger time. Danger time, man. I love it so far. Okay. So there's the end of the boss fights right here. Similar to the original. He sort of convulses, falls over. Not much here. More exposition, and I think getting to the end, there's the cutscene with Sherry and Claire, and Irons like comes out of nowhere like a dick, threatens them. But the difference is they show the rest of the scene. He demands Sherry to tie her up. I'll let you guys watch this. Let me turn it up a bit.
もう何かこれ理由があるんでしょうかね。もうね、原作を知ってる方はあれこんなところで所長と会ったわけがないし、
あ、そうなんですね。ここ
あれシェリーと所長ってすごく絡むんだみたいな感じには、はい、見ていただけるかなと思うんですけど、
最悪。
全然ね原作を知らなくても、本当に洋画のドラマみたいな形でストーリーは最初から、しっかりと楽しんでいただける形にはなってますので。
やめてやめて。
まあここら辺ですね、電撃オンラインでインタビューを掲載しててですね、ちょっと聞いてたりするんで、よければ見てください。宣伝です。わっと物語を。
最悪です。
いや最悪。でも引き込まれますよね、こういう人がいた。
So as you can see from that whole interaction, Irons is a sadist, man. He is. It's more visualized here. Like he was ready to blow Claire's brains out like twice. He gets away with Sherry. And you know, a lot more swearing this time around, and they go to the streets, which is interesting. So there's going to be a chase to get Sherry, and Claire has the locket too, which means Mr. X is going to be coming for that ass. That ass! I enjoyed this presentation. As I said before, there are some things they are changing around that is a little bit iffy, like Ada's background story. I don't like that. Hopefully she becomes more humanized as we go along. Everything else I'm enjoying, like the fact that you can swap on the fly with the grenade launcher rounds. That looks very interesting. And the boss, William Birkin, looks absolutely intimidating, and the stuff that I saw pointed out in the trailer, like, you know, Hunk's look and everything, I'm waiting for more information. I cannot wait. I think this game is going to be something special, definitely. So what do you guys think? Tell me, let me know in the comments. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Later.